putting up this video just to give my feedback and a review of the Andy Pho mentorship program. It's a 5-week program I just took. This will be my third seminar / program that I've watched, but this is truly a totally different experience. This is a mentorship and it's 5 weeks and it is online. I can tell you as someone who's only been tattooing for 2 years what a game changer it was for me, and how surprisingly informative and what a safe zone it became. So this was a safe zone with 10 other artists, and it was a great conversation and exchange. So let me get right to it and jump in. So this mentorship started on September 8th, and we just finished it this week. And the project was a back piece. If you don't know who Andy Pho is, this is him on the gram. You gotta give him a follow. He's a black and gray artist. He's been tattooing for over 10 years. So for me, I had sought him out, I'm gonna say a month before the program, asking him, because I seen him put up mentorship programs online during the pandemic. When everything was shut down, he did a class. And I just reached out and said, hey man, I'm interested in learning. Let me know what you got going on, whatever you got going on. And long story short, this program opened up. I was blessed enough to be able to be part of it. Let's get into it. So why is this program different than anything else? So if you're trying to learn how to tattoo, I always recommend getting an apprenticeship. You need to be in the shop, you need to be around people, you need to see the day in and day out. You gotta submerge yourself in it. If you're already a tattooer, and you're trying to get better as myself, I'm trying to get better, I need to get better. There's things that I did not learn during my apprenticeship that I've been seeking out. There are some programs that won't even take you, so I respect that. So this mentorship program really was different in the aspect that, unlike a seminar where there's only so much can get done in amount of time, you got 5 weeks. So he did a whole back piece so you learn the whole process from finding the images on Google, the different search engines to find the different stock images, what images to find, and then how to convert those images. Something as simple as making sure that they're black and white, raising the contrast, lowering the contrast, looking at it, the whole 9 yards. So we found the image, we participated in that aspect, found what was gonna go on, contemplated it, adjusted what needed to be adjusted, then we watched the stencil process, then the prep process. But before all of that, we got a one-on-one on needles and understanding needles. This mentorship, which is number 003, the third mentorship he's done, it teaches you how to self-critique very well and to figure things out and how to make those quick adjustments. So basically the first session was prepare, we broke down. The whole process was to watch this back piece go up on this client, and at the same time we were getting assignments. So part of this mentorship, you're getting one-on-ones, and that is the most valuable aspect that you can get. You can go to a seminar and you can watch and you can ask questions, but you're not gonna be able to show them your tattoos. So Andy makes himself available. He gives whatever tattoos you're doing during the week, you're sending it to him. Critique them, which is what you want, honestly, and tell you what you need to work on. So then he adjusts the program to your needs and where you are as an artist. Because you could be surrounded by people that be like, yeah, it looks great, but you're not gonna grow like that. Because, they're looking at it maybe not with a critical eye. Here you're gonna get a critical eye, and the whole program starts to adjust in your aspect. And then you get an assignment. So we all had an assignment at the beginning that we all had to do a rose, or a realism rose, because this is a realism, black and gray realism course. So we all did our roses, we presented it, and then we all got grades. And then before the end of the 5 weeks, you're gonna do a second rose and apply the techniques that you've just learned to see the difference. And I can tell you off the bat, both of my roses look like 2 different people did them. So basically day 1, we went over pricing, value, scheduling your time, taking deposits, supply and demand. We went over a ton of stuff day 1. And as you can see, I took a ton of notes. So that's day 1. I'm a note taker. And then day 2, just how he does consultations, and then you always have the day your one-on-one that week to kind of recap whatever, ask questions. The day 2, we went over the stencil, how he lays it out, how he presents it to the clients. So again, you know, don't mind my notes, but we did a little drawing, how you should present it, and you know, everything. Well, here's my first rose actually, and then I had to do a mandala, which was part of my assignment. It was really, really good, and the calls are like 30-minute long, and you get what you put into it. The fact that the whole thing is on the internet and it's Zoom, based on what's going on today, nobody's really meeting up. There's no large groups happening. I know when I mentioned it to other artists, they were very skeptical about it, and they're like, oh, you know, that's gotta be bullshit, or what can you learn? Man, you can learn a lot. You can learn a lot. Like, don't downplay it, you know, until you try it. I'm gonna tell you that he had 3 cameras set up. He had a camera over his tattoo station so you could see what ink, and we already went over the vocabulary that was gonna be used so you know what inks he's going for. He had a zoomed in camera over the client as he was tattooing. You could see how close we were getting. And this was actually the piece. Most of this was just basically pretty much in almost one day. All right, so Andy is a quick tattooer, or more importantly, let me say he's efficient. You're seeing every angle, you're asking questions, you're being engaged, and you're seeing the technique. So things that I thought made sense for realism, like, oh, maybe you're supposed to approach it this way. You don't want to experiment on your clients. So here you're learning it, you're asking the questions, and you're seeing it, you know. Amazing to see it come together, that, you know, at the end of the 5 weeks, we saw a finished piece. I believe this is the end of day 4. And throughout this whole time, you're doing the one-on-ones, which is, again, fine-tuning, and you're having assignments, and again, you get what you put into it. So overall, if you're trying to become a tattooer, if you are a tattooer and you got questions, because I know there's questions that I have and other people had as well. Like, so everything is up for talking, everything is up for discussion, and at the same time, there is like a fraternity. So he sets up an Instagram just for that class. There's a chat set up just for that class. And now you have 9 other people that are all in this together, and they're all over the place. So, you know, we had cats. We had one guy on vacation in DR, but we had people in California, we got people in Florida, people in Texas, a lot of people in Brooklyn, and it was, you know, a great group of cats, and to know that we're all trying to get to that better place was pretty awesome. So if you're already a tattooer and you're trying to get to a better level, and you have questions and you found closed doors, you couldn't find a more humble dude, a more willing guy to teach you, and if you're somebody who makes the most out of anything, this is a course for you. He is about to set up another course. He's gonna keep it small. November, I'm gonna say it's probably the first week in November. It's gonna be another 5-week course. Same client. He's gonna do the sleeve, so he's gonna connect it. I would highly recommend it. I'm gonna put his information on this video. And yeah, no, this is more informative. I know we usually do little stuffs in the videos, but it was an amazing experience overall. And I felt like I went up a couple of levels, you know, and I feel like I have somebody who I can go to if I got questions about my tattoos, who's gonna just give me technique questions. It's gonna be real honest. Like, I highly recommend this course. It's coming up again in November, and it's funny, I was scrolling through the gram and I'm seeing a lot of online courses coming on, but the difference is that those are seminars, they're 1 day, and what we learned week 3 was week 3, you know, and there's a comfort level. So for you to see it and see the finished piece in 5 weeks, is priceless. You know, you're over his shoulder and you're watching it, and you know, and you're seeing it's a very professional setup. So that's what I gotta say about it. This has definitely been a blessing. This is something that's made me better, very conscientious on how I'm tattooing. I'm not gonna stop learning. If you do the November course, you're gonna see my logo in there because I'm gonna be there in November course as well. I'm gonna definitely be reaching out because I'm only 2 years in and I need to get better and I need this guidance. You know, this is an industry. We either do good or bad for the industry, and I want to be one of those people that does doing good work for the industry for everyone else. So I'll make sure we have the images plugged in there, and yeah, that's what I gotta say, man. You know, Andy Pho killed it. Black and Gray Realism, off the hook. I enjoyed my whole experience. It was worth every penny, and it's priceless. You know, you're learning a craft. This is no different than going to college. Or you're going to a trade school. So if you're serious about your tattoo game and you're trying to get to that next level and you seeing your stuff still a little scratchy or street, yeah, I would definitely tell you to jump in there and see if you can get in.